Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Heather, calm down. Yes, lobster corn dogs are good, girl. Calm down before you bite your fingers off, okay? Did y'all see that Whitney had two plates in her lap? Well, one she was holding, one was in her lap, and she was telling her cousin Heather, I'm about to get one of those next. I'm like, girl, well, get your eat on in. What you gonna do? Go back to the room and never mind. I don't want y'all coming for me. And child Bronwyn, that's my girl. She clocks in. Salt Lake City got it going on. She reminds me of Monica, kind of her looks. But did she say she was 38? Like born in 1986? 38? Ooh, I'm going to leave that alone. She's cute, but 38? Hey, besties. Welcome to Behind the Shade. Let's go ahead and throw some shade. Yes, I'm still just a tad bit a little sick from watching Salt Lake City. I was fully clothed, even though it was hot as I don't know what yesterday watching it. We having a heat wave here in the Bay. It's fall and it's like 100 degrees. Let's get into another episode, honey, of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It's season 5, episode 3. The title is Basketball Bobbleheads and the Brow Girl. Now, you know I don't like that title. It's too long and it's not even given. What is this about? I have a new title, so let's get into it. Let's go over these taglines, shall we? Whitney. No. You know I want Whitney and Heather to switch names, right? Oh my gosh. Heather is such a Whitney and Whitney is such a Heather. I had to go over my notes and I found myself calling Heather Whitney. Child, slow down behind the shade. So let's get into it. Heather, don't play me. I have the receipts, the proof, and the screenshots. Okay, girl, you talking about last season. It's okay. Meredith, known for her tubs. Well, she says she's known for her tub. This year, she's bathing in her glory. No. Mm-mm. Bronwyn, the only muted thing you may find in my wardrobe is my black card. No. Angie, you may have been in a sorority, but I'm Greek for life, baby. I like that one, but let's tweak it a little bit because not too many people have been in a sorority. They are in a sorority. So I think she should have said, you may be in a sorority, but I'm Greek for life, baby. That would have been hitting. Okay, Whitney, I'm on my healing journey. I always travel first class. Girl, mm, Mary. God is my shepherd, and you look like sheep. I like it. And here's Lisa. Tequila is my livelihood, and my lifestyle is always top shelf. I like that one. I like that one. So who's hitting? Who has the best one? I'm not gonna go in best one, but I liked I like Angie's, I like Mary's, I like Lisa's, and that's about it. Whitney's is okay, but I do like Angie, Mary's, and Lisa's the best. Okay, so let's get into the episode, honey, because it was good. Besties, how would you rate this episode? It was good. Good, good, good. Um, I'm gonna give it a solid 9. 9.5. And only a half because of the word I'm getting ready to say in this sentence. Okay, so I'll point it out. So all the ladies are at their homes packing for Milwaukee. That's why they get a 9.5 and not a 10, because why are we traveling to Milwaukee? That's all the budget has. I know we going to Trixie's bar, whatever, but Milwaukee, that's what we do in production. We can't go. Are we gonna have a lavish trip later? Anyway, but I did hear that Milwaukee is a vibe. I heard they have good food, nightlife, and they have wineries. So, honey, me being in Napa Valley, yes. Did you say wineries? And and they have casinos, we find out, in Milwaukee. So we're going to Milwaukee. And so Mary calls Whitney and tells her she's flying by herself. She'll get there. Don't worry about her. She does not want to fly on the private jet with all 19 women. She was like, you guys go ahead, all 19 of y'all. And we understand it because Mary came with so many bags. It's like, girl, that's why you had to fly by yourself, because you probably wasn't gonna get on this flight. It was just a private jet. So Angie is at home and she's packing and she's talking to her husband about how her and Lisa didn't really find a happy ground last week when they went to talk, because Lisa got up and left. And so he just listening. So she says that Jared, Osmond, the one who's dating Brittany, child, he just slid in her eyebrow lady's DMs. So that's what the brow girl in the title means. Excuse me, y'all know I'm still a little sick. Get sick with that Salt Lake City cold. I'm a Cali girl. So Jared has been sliding her DMs, flirting with her, honey. And she's not too sure if she should tell Brittany or not, because she doesn't know her that well. Brittany is new to the group. And so the husband says, I would say something because you would want to know. And so Angie's like, yeah, well, if the opportunity arises, I'll tell her. And I'm like, well, yes, Angie, you are the opportunity that will arise, and you are going to say something now, aren't you? You are clocked in, and this is a reality show. So at the airport, Bronwyn, honey, is shading Lisa, her friend Lisa, because of how Lisa was acting at the tight ropes course. She wasn't defended, coming to her defense, and she just doesn't see it for Lisa. So Meredith, she shows up. She ended up texting Whitney a couple days before the trip to let her know that she was going to move some things around on her calendar and that she was coming. And she thanked her for the invite. And Whitney really didn't want her to come, so she was like, "You're welcome, Meredith." Insert sarcasm. So they're on the private jet, which we call the PJ, and they cheers with mimosas, and they're off, honey. They get to Milwaukee. Mary arrives to Milwaukee. Child, Mary has 4 pieces of luggage. She's struggling trying to get into the hotel door. Her driver got 2 bags. She has 2 bags. They're not cooperating with moving through the door. He's waiting on her. She's pushing the suitcase with her feet. It's like, Mary, you guys are only gone for 2 days. What did you bring? And you got mad at Brittany for calling you a hoarder? Yeah. Yes, I'm sorry. Did you see Mary's bedroom when she was packing? She had all kind of stuff in her room. I mean, her room looks like a bedroom, a closet, a hallway closet, a pantry. It looks like the house the housekeeper's quarters. It looks like an attic. It looks like the basement. It looks like the pantry. It looks like the garage where you keep all your Costco supplies. Mary, you may just be a hoarder. Yes, I think Brittany called it. And poor, yes, also, I think she knows you very well. So they stay at the Ken guest house, honey. And this place is beautiful. The owner of the guest house takes them to their 9-bedroom suite. It's beautiful. It's swanky. It's modern. They love their rooms. They're not getting it. You notice how they didn't get into all that room assignment crap? Let me drink some water, besties. Did you notice that they didn't go into the, oh, I don't like this room. It don't have a view. Oh, this bathroom is little. Oh, we have to share. Oh, my bad. They didn't get into that. They don't do that. Is that just us? Okay, so Whitney tells the girls what they're doing. So this night they're gonna go to the Bucks game, and they're gonna be in the suites. Ain't nothing like the sweet life, honey. If you know, you know. But first, they will break up into groups. A few of them are gonna go with Whitney to the Bobblehead Museum. They have a large bobblehead museum, and this is like funny. She wants to bring Mary because last season Mary called Whitney a bobblehead, and when she did, they was out to dinner, and I cracked up so hard. Mary is. I'm so glad she's back. Salt Lake City is doing it, honey. So Mary in her confessional says that Whitney is not a bobblehead anymore. She has passed the baton over. And girl, they show Brittany. So now Brittany is the bobblehead, but Brittany didn't go to the bobblehead museum. Unfortunately. Okay, so Heather and the other girls are going to the casino. So Angie, so the casino, it was Angie. Anyway, no, I'm getting ahead. Okay. So the next scene. Angie goes to Bronwyn's room, and Bronwyn is getting glammed up, all 38 years of her. And so, Angie could tell she was upset. So she says, yes, I was furious. I'm upset with Heather, but I'm furious with my friend Lisa because she didn't defend me and she didn't shut Heather down like she should have. And she says, they both can talk their talk, but she can't, and they said they could treat her, and they try to treat her like a BITC beep. And so, you know, Bronwyn ain't with it. And I like her. She coming in like a trailblazer. She's like, she's checking broads. You feel me? She is checking the broads. Okay. So Heather goes into her cousin's room, Whitney, and they have some shots and they say, cheers to the buzzing cousins. And I think that should be the title of the episode. Cheers to the buzzing cousins. Isn't that cute? So Heather asked what was Meredith's vibe. She's like, kind of bitche. And it's like, yes, like, Whitney, you need to just apologize to Meredith, okay? So then Heather says Bronwyn's cold attitude is giving her red flags. Girl, Heather, you just coming for Bronwyn. You are jelly. You are jelly of Bronwyn, and you should just admit it. Even Whitney knows that. But Whitney thinks Bronwyn really likes her, and she likes Bronwyn. They're closer in age, and they have things in common. So Heather thinks it's all bull because she swears Bronwyn is manipulative. No, Heather, you're jealous. And you are coming for the new girl so hard because she looks like Monica. She looks like Monica. You think she's Monica. You don't want her. She reminds you of Monica. She's coming for your cousin. They're getting along better than you get along with your own cousin. You got it in for Bronwyn. Just say that. Even Whitney can see through it, okay? So Heather, Angie, Lisa, Brittany, and Meredith, they go to the casino. So Whitney, Mary, and Bronwyn, and Maylee, they're the ones that went to the Bobblehead Museum, and they did a scavenger hunt looking for JFK bobbleheads. Then they were looking for Marilyn Monroe bobbleheads. And then, honey, they found my girls, the Golden Girls. So they found those bobbleheads. Mary has something to say, how they act like the Golden Girls and blah, blah. Somebody still gets a minute, get their little period and blah, blah, blah. It kind of fell flat. Didn't take notes because I didn't laugh. Moving on. So, at the casino, Brittany is trying to get in touch with Jared. He didn't answer her call, so she missed his call. So Lisa's like, let me text him for you. So Lisa texts Jared for Brittany. And so she's telling him that she's speaking for Brittany. So she's saying, I'm busy having fun with the girls, and I will call you at some time, not sure, maybe tomorrow. Lisa is over him, okay? So her advice was just be done with him unless he makes a major change. And I'm like, Brittany is going she wants that relationship, regardless if it's shipping or shipped. She wants it. Okay. He just asked her to go with him at their big age. She is so juiced. She is so excited. You cannot talk to nobody who is in love. Okay. Okay. So Angie ear hustling, but she don't. She just taking notes. She's just sitting there chilling. So Heather and Meredith they go over to the bar to get shots for everyone. And they talk the Whitney talk. So Meredith just wasn't sure why Whitney asked her to bring caviar on the trip for everyone. She was asking her to gift everyone caviar, and she's just like, "Is this her extending an olive branch to me versus just saying I've treated you like shit and I'm sorry? Just say you're sorry." And then, honey, Meredith got some tea on Whitney. Come close, besties. Come close. So, honey, Meredith tells Heather, who I'm dying to call Whitney. So she tells Heather that Whitney is using designs off of Alibaba. Don't this remind y'all of Dubai with Lisa? So, honey, she's marking those prices up like 10, 20 times up, honey. Production old messy tail. They did a side by side of the jewelry pieces, right? So there was a jewelry piece that Alibaba sells for almost like almost $4, right? It was $3 and some change. It was almost $4. Child, they showed that Whitney's brand Prism sells it for almost $40. Honey, I said, I know you not what? And then if if Whitney does it, how many other people are doing it, right? Maybe this is just the way to go. Hey, we don't know. We don't know. But yeah, that's scandalous. So Heather is telling Meredith, like, why don't you just offer her some advice and support her with her jewelry branding and all this? And because you've been, because Meredith has sold jewelry, custom jewelry for 15 years. So pretty much Heather's asking her to give Whitney her hookup. Meredith ain't doing that. Meredith is not doing that. Meredith wants her apology. That's all Meredith is here for. If that girl don't apologize, she gets nothing from Meredith. Honey, we can already tell what this season is going to be giving. Okay. So, child, on the bus ride to the arena, we learned that Bronwyn's husband, his name is Todd, I believe, he has gout. And having gout makes lovemaking very horrifying for her. Okay, thank you. So the ladies all meet at the basketball arena. They go back. They go to the backstage. That's how they're going to get in. They're going to go through the back way, and they sit courtside as the team warms up. Honey, they all met Oakland's own, my hometown. They meet player Damian Lillard. He used to play for Portland and he got transferred to Milwaukee. So they meet Oakland's own Damian Lillard and he met them. He shook hands. He introduced himself. He said hello. They took pictures. He looked good. He took a picture with Whitney. It was all good. Oh, high players in the house. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, whatever. Um, so after the warm up, they went up to the suites. And honey, ain't nothing like the sweet life, honey. Then, child, we learned that Mary Cosby, does not use public restrooms. Baby, Mary, I don't know if you've been to a suite before, but the restrooms at the suite, they're not real publicly. Mary, they're pretty safe. They're secluded from the public. Only the people who are in the suite uses those restrooms, and I'm sure they're clean prior to getting there. So for that instance, you can use that public restroom. But Mary tells us, honey, she uses a super tampon when she goes out, and that keeps her from peeing. That keeps her from needing to go pee. Now, I'm looking like, ew, but I'm wondering as a woman who has used them, is she, why a super? Because I'm believing, are you peeing on the tampon? Is that why you need a super? Because ladies, you understand, if you're not on your menstrual cycle and you put a super tampon up in you, it's not going to be comfortable. The only way you can walk regularly is if you pee on it. I'm thinking like, you can't walk around with that big thing stuck up in you and you're not on your pee. Like, it's tough up there. And then I was thinking, well, Mary, why don't they have diapers for periods, like heavy periods? Why don't you just put a diaper on? I mean, you can't hold your pee. I know it's weird to pee on yourself, but I mean, I don't know. Just go use the restroom. You don't know how to squat? Hold your nose, squat. I don't know, but this is what Mary was doing. She even was laughing. Besties, what do you think about this? Are we putting tampons up in us? Super at that? And not peeing? Do you think she's not peeing or she's peeing on the tampon? I'm going to go with peeing on the tampon. That's why she wants you to use a super. Girl, just go to the bathroom and put a diaper on. Okay, let's move away from that because ew. Deep breath. Brittany is FaceTiming her man up at the suite. She finally got him, honey. And child Angie is sitting right behind her, and she is telling Bronwyn how the bra lady and Jared are flirting with each other, and he is denying being with Brittany. But you know they break up every other day, so maybe he's trying to holler on those days he's not with Brittany. You know what I'm saying? He wants her telephone number, but we didn't know if the girl gave up the number or not. We don't know that, honey. So it's like, well, maybe that's why he break up with you, because he's trying not to cheat on you when he's hollering at somebody. I don't know. Get it together. Y'all too old. So she says she got screenshots from the bra girl, and so she's showing and telling Bronwyn, and Bronwyn's like, "Let me see, let me see." And so Angie is saying all of this right behind Brittany's back, and I think Brittany can kind of hear her. So she turns around and asks Angie, like, "You talking to me? Tell me what you're saying." Because Angie, you wasn't being discreet. So it seems like you was saying it so that she could hear you. So she tells her she just told Bronwyn, and Brittany just had to walk away. We know she walked out the suite, went to the bathroom, she was crying, real tears. And Meredith follows her. And so she's trying to console her. So she tells her, maybe it's time, take some time for yourself. And why don't you start dating others? So she gets herself together. They go back in the suite. So here come Maylee. She puts Lisa on the spot about talking about her outfit, honey, uh, to Bronwyn. Because, that's when they were in the car, when it was Lisa, Heather, and Bronwyn were in the car going to Wendy's. And so, child, Lisa made it sound like she was joking. And no, Maylee was like, And I'm like, no, I want to say, no, Maylee, that's not what happened. Lisa said she knows somebody that called her and told her that you were going on the blacklisted. You were going to be blacklisted from Nordstrom because you have way too many returns. So are you buying stuff and not wearing it once and taking it back? Because Nordstrom's they used to have a really good return policy. You didn't need a receipt. You didn't need nothing. You could just return it at any time. But then we did learn that she's married with 4 kids. So I don't know. So Lisa's like, I was just being snarky. I was just being snarky. I was joking, being snarky. Child. And so Lisa said it wasn't that deep. Brahman tells Lisa she always downplays what she says like it's a joke. But when Brown says things, it's not a joke, you know? And so she said if her and Heather can get away with a little mess, then they have to let her get away with a little mess too. Okay, Brahman, I like how you are defending yourself. You are coming into this group like everyone have a seat. This is how it's going down. Okay. Lisa feels like her friendship, no, sorry, Bronwyn feels like her friendship with Lisa is at a crossroads. And then Lisa apologized. And she said, I apologize if you didn't feel supported by me. I try to stand up for what's right. And she said she did not know that Bronwyn left the tight ropes obstacle with these unresolved feelings. Oh, you didn't know? You know why you didn't know, Lisa? Because you only care about yourself. You remind me of Tamara Judge from OC. You just here for yourself. You don't care about nobody. And I hate this new thing, how she defends herself. And she says, well, I did say that, not how you said it, but I did say it no, you don't. You don't speak up. So Brahman tells her how Lisa would have defended her towards Heather. You would have. And she said, what did you want me to do? Throw a glass? I only do that when I'm defending myself. Well, Lisa, you only defend yourself. So Brahman said Lisa was egging her on. No, I wasn't. Here comes Meredith, inserting herself. Meredith, you have your own issues with Whitney. Go away. Go try a lobster corn dog and go away, please. Brahman said that Lisa just could have said, she just said, no. Brahman was just telling Lisa, you could have just defended her, just defended me, and then just you could have just said, oh, we were all talking about it. Brown is my friend. She's new to the group. Give her a chance. And then she said, and you could have just put this all to an end. And then Brown tells her, you wouldn't like it if I did the same to you, which is true. Because Lisa, child, please. Lisa, everything is so one-sided with Lisa. Lisa says, I did say that, just not like how you're saying it. Well... Then comes Heather, hating Heather. I mean, Brown, I didn't want to put you on blast. And Brown said, but you did. You came at me, and you came at me real hard. And she said, and you know what? We need to get correct on some things, on how we're going to have this friendship. I need to set my boundaries with you, Miss Ma'am. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Heather says in her confession, she's imitating Bronwyn, the hater of it all. And she says, Bronwyn is the one who needs to come correct about everything she said about everybody. Then they talk about the Whitney banter again. The blah, blah, blah. Hill Whitney. You want to meet the Hill Whitney? All that. And they're talking about her like Whitney ain't even there. And Whitney never comes over. Whitney is watching the basketball game, child. Her and Angie probably down there having a good time. Whitney feels like Heather has major trust issues about new people in the group, hence Monica from last season. And it probably doesn't help that Bronwyn kind of reminds you of Monica in the looks department. There's more back and forth and back again. Bronwyn hits the head on the tail. She says, hey, they all talk about each other. And she said, you two are just her lying friends. And then she ends it with, I'm not the root of the problem. I'm just the best dressed part of the problem. Honey, Bronwyn is bringing it, honey. We all was scared when Monica got fired and we wanted Monica back. And we was like, oh, no, bring Monica back. Production said, no, we got this, honey. We have someone. And she's going to come in and she's going to come in with the fire. And, honey, that is Miss Bronwyn, honey. Honey, Miss 1986. Bronwyn, honey. But besties, that was the end of the episode. Let me know what you felt about the episode. Leave your comments in the comment section. Did you enjoy? What do you rate the episode? It was a 9.5. Only because they went to Milwaukee. And I'm not crapping on Milwaukee, but come on, y'all. Can we go someplace cute? But Milwaukee looked clean. It looked nice. That suite they're living in is high end. It was fresh. Like the old, back in the day, we used to say it was fresh. And they're gonna probably go to Trixie's next week. So let's tune in. Let's tune in to see how this season's gonna go because it's already started off with a bang, and it's already episode 3 that we're in. I'm loving it, you guys. I can't wait. I just got to make sure I bundle up because we don't want to get sick watching the girls in the snow. But I will. Don't forget to like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell button so that you're notified each and every time I upload a video. And I'll see you in the next video, besties. Bye, besties.